Conrad Steiner, Doctor of Medicine. Tonight's story is the first half of a case history to be told in 2 segments. It has the title, The Reach of a Giant, Part 1.
Guardian of birth, healer of the sick, comforter of the aged. And the qualities of the worthy physician are 3. The eye of an eagle, the heart of a lion, the hand of a woman.
Our actual case history tonight deals with one aspect of the field of orthopedics, the human bone structure. The object in point, a wedding picture. The case in point, James Elwood Martin. At the time our story begins in 1943, he's 30 years old, in excellent health, happily married for 1 year to the girl he had been in love with since high school days. 1943 may have been a year of continuing tragedy throughout the world, but in James Martin's private world, it was the finest year since the start of time. His life was beginning. Jim Martin had a good job as an expert draftsman for an airplane manufacturing company. Happiness can make a man feel like a giant, as tall as the sky. And sometimes Jim felt as if he could reach up and touch the blue dome above him. Nothing in the world is beyond a giant's reach. Beneath that same sky elsewhere, the world's tragic struggle was already underway. Jim's was about to begin.
Look out!
The severe fall against the edge of the drafting table had fractured the 2nd and 3rd lumbar vertebra of Jim's spine. Bad enough. It was only the beginning. Jim received immediate treatment at a hospital, and his family doctor, Bertram Sanford, M.D., was notified. Immobilized in a cast, Jim was transferred to Good Shepherd Hospital for convalescence.
How long will it take?
Oh, you're going to wear that cast for a good 6 months, Jim. And after that, you'll need a steel brace for quite a while. You might as well relax and enjoy it.
In 7 months, the plaster cast was removed and a steel brace substituted for it. Recovery was normal. The paralysis had disappeared. All that had been lost was time, 7 months. But 7 months meant little time in the lives of a couple as young as Jim and Edith Martin. To all appearances, it was an ending of pain, an unfortunate episode that happened. No man is immune to some bad luck in his life. And when it is over, it is usually forgotten. But often, in the book of human sorrow, the past is only a prologue, a preparation for further sorrow. And of the chapter marked Jim Martin, there were yet many more pages to be turned.
How's my bride?
Fine. Hey, you look tired.
I'm all right.
It's your leg again, isn't it?
No, it's all right. Just aches a little bit.
It's not all right. All right legs don't ache.
Hey, you don't have to do that. They don't hurt that much.
You mind your own business. Anyway, they do hurt that much. I heard you moaning again in your sleep last night.
Oh, it was just a bad dream, that's all.
I want you to go see Dr. Sanford. You haven't told him a thing about the pain and numbness in all these months.
Honey, I just don't have time. There's too much to do at the plant.
I don't care how much you have to do. Your legs aren't meant to hurt. There's something wrong with them, that's all. You've got to let Dr. Sanford give you an examination. It's been going on much too long now.
Boy, I'm sure glad I don't have you for a boss.
Well, you have. Anyway, you don't have any choice. I called this afternoon and made an appointment for you for tomorrow morning. So you can just go and like it. So there.
You know, sometimes I wish that draft board would hurry up and get to my number. A tough sergeant might be a welcome change. Not so pretty, of course.
The The symptoms Jim was to describe to his doctor the next day, the recurrent aching, the feeling of numbness, were to him connected with a spinal injury. His anxiety was the usual one of a man who, having suffered discomfort for many months, feared that it might be extended for a few weeks more. He had no way of knowing that the tragedy had already struck, a tragedy too great for steel braces to hide. He had no way of foreseeing that 10 days later, after another stay at the hospital for a complete diagnostic examination, the full force of the truth was to hit him.
These are the reports from the lab, Jim. Thorough, complete. You might as well know, Jim. You got a handful of trouble.
What sort of trouble? Serious?
Serious enough. What do you know about arthritis?
Arthritis? That's for old people, like rheumatism.
Age doesn't make much difference. You see, there are two kinds of arthritis, degenerative and rheumatoid. Now, degenerative arthritis is generally developed by older people, that's true. Just the same as gray hair is.
And the rheumatoid kind, that's what I've got, huh?
It's a young people's disease, and it's not uncommon. It can be very serious, Jim. As it happens, there are different varieties of rheumatoid arthritis, but there seems to be no doubt that you have one of them. Look here a minute. Technically, your condition is a form of spinal arthritis, what we now call rheumatoid spondylitis. Usually it affects the spine or the hips, as in your case right here. First, stiffness develops, irritation, inflammation, and you can see here on the film here the decalcification beginning. Later, calcium is deposited. Bone, if you wish, grows across the joint.
Is that light area there?
Right there, that's right. Now, eventually, if the disease lasts long enough, solid bone replaces the ligaments and the cartilage of the joints that connect and bind the separate vertebrae together. Now, when this happens, it becomes a stiff, rigid spine.
You mean that my spine is actually going to become a solid piece of bone?
Well, it's hard to say, Jim. It may not be that severe.
Well, what do we do about it?
Try to delay it. Relieve the pain, minimize its effects, and arrest its progress. You see, one characteristic of the disease is that it usually produces what we call flexion of the spine. That's something we must try to minimize.
What do you mean, flexion of the spine?
A forward bend, a forward curvature of the spine.
The human spine is primarily held together by a structure of ligaments. When, as in the case of Jim Martin, this structure hardens, ossifies, turns into bone, the usual result is progressive ankylosis, a fixed curvature of the spine. The condition varies. Sometimes it is hardly noticeable. Sometimes it is very severe. The forward flexion of the spine is due to the spasm of the abdominal and paraspinal muscles.
Oh, come on, Edith, cut it out. It's not as bad as all that. Doc Sanford said himself, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll go away. There's no way of telling. Edith? Oh, look, honey, it's gonna be okay. Doc Sanford's gonna give me some x-ray treatments to reduce the pain, and I'm supposed to take it easy. I asked him what else I could take for the pain, you know, aside from codeine. Guess what he said?
What?
Aspirin. No kidding. He said, take aspirin.
And so the battle begins. The strange struggle of one man's will against his body. The battle would be long, and the pain agonizing. And so the months became years. Years of great changes in the American way of life. Jim Martin buried himself in the unending activity of the war effort. But despite the efforts of his physician, his wife, and himself, the flexion deformity progressed steadily. The pain became all but unbearable. The vertebra and ligaments became fused into a solid bone mass, while his body slowly bent forward, forcing his head and shoulders downward, fixing his gaze even lower. Jim Martin, once a giant whose reach enabled him to touch the dome of the blue sky above him, was now a bent man who could no longer see the horizon around him without rocking back on his heels.
Ted.
Sure thing, Jim.
Get this drawing for me. Thanks.
A large measure of relief was obtained for Jim through periodic X-ray treatments. The therapy relieved the inflammation which causes the actual pain of spinal arthritis, but it did nothing to halt the course of the disease. Jim's condition deteriorated rapidly. For some reason, his form of spinal arthritis usually attacks men, young men in their late teens or 20s, striking 10 males for each female afflicted. Generally, the disease is active from 5 to 10 years, after which time it becomes quiescent. But by that time, the damage is done.
Just between us, Doctor, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yes, it's pretty bad.
How do I end up? Don't think I can take this pain much longer.
Jim, I can't tell you exactly. No one can. Up to now, there have been no signs as to where it would let up.
It's just going to keep happening, is that it?
You've got to expect it, Jim. The only thing to do is for you to make up your mind that you're going to take whatever it gives you. And then if it doesn't result in maximum curvature, it's all to the good. But your state of mind, the way you react to it, is going to have a lot to do with the life you lead from here on.
Doesn't sound very bright. It's not a good thing to look forward to.
No, it isn't.
How do you live with a thing like this? How can you walk down the street? How can you hold down a job when you can't hold up your head?
Lots of people do those things. They're a lot worse off than you are right now.
Sure. I know. I've seen him. I felt sorry for him. Didn't want to look at them either. Now they're going to be me.
That's exactly the kind of feeling I mean, Jim. You've got to fight it.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm not afraid of a fight, but it's hard to take. All of a sudden, you have to junk everything and start your life all over again. You don't know where you're going. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like people doing things for me. I always wanted to be able to take care of myself. Now look at me. Look what I'm going to be.
Jim? Jim, what is it, honey? Tell me.
I saw Dr. Sanford again. My back's not getting any better.
We both know that, Jim. We knew it months ago.
But you don't understand. It's going to get worse. It's shrinking and bending. It's going to go right on bending. Can't stop it and they can't help it.
Did the doctor actually say that? Did he say it was definitely going to be that bad?
Going to be that bad. Look at me. It's that bad already.
Jim, don't be silly. Of course it isn't. Oh, honey, Try not to think about it so much.
How can I help think about it? It's been almost 2 years and look at me already. There's every chance it'll keep on going like this for 5 more years. If I look like this now, what'll I look like then?
Didn't I ever tell you? I didn't marry you for your looks.
I want you to listen to me, Edie. I'm serious.
All right, Jim. I'm listening.
You're young, you're attractive, and you're healthy. Good education, personality, good mind. You've got everything. You've got a whole good life ahead of you. Happiness, everything. And you can have it, Edie. And you will have it. But you've got to realize you'll never have it with me.
I want you to stop right now.
It's true, Edie. What kind of life do you think you're going to have with a hunchback for a husband?
You don't mean that, Jim, and you know it.
I mean every word of it. I want you to face it. Do you think I want to be around you when I have to walk around curled up like a worm? How are you going to like walking down the street with me when I get to be 4 feet tall? And all I can see is the ground in front of me and can't even look up at you. Brave, smiling, courageous freak. Twisted and bent and rebent. Is that the kind of husband you had in mind?
All I want is you, Jim. No matter what's happened to you.
Edie, will you stop playing games? You stick with me, all you'll ever have is a patient in a sick room. Hunchback. For the rest of your life, Edie. Is that what you want?
No. It's not what I want. But if I can't change it, I guess I'll just have to accept it. It'll turn out all right, you'll see.
It will not work out all right. Edie, you don't beat this thing. You bend in half and stay bent for the rest of your life. You're something people look at in the street and turn away from. Don't you understand what it means?
I understand.
Well, then why can't you see it? It's bad enough for one person to be like this without having it wreck your life, too. I won't do it, and I'm not going to do it.
What did you have in mind, Jim?
I'm going to leave you, Edie.
You're not going to leave me. And you're not going away. That's stupid, and you know it.
All I know is I'm not going to let it wreck your life. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're going to stand by me, self-sacrificing, give up everything. Noble. Be the laudable wife. Marvelous. No.
I'm not noble at all. I'm one of the most selfish women you'll ever meet. I always think of myself first, and that's who I'm thinking of right now. There's something I want more than anything else I've ever wanted. And I've got it. You. And I'm going to keep it. And don't think you can take it away from me by standing there and talking about maybes and ifs and perhaps. I'll look out for my own good. And my good is with you, now and always. Jim, I love you. I think you're the most wonderful man on earth. Sometimes you talk like an awful fool, you know that?
1946. Life became increasingly more difficult. And then one day, Jim Martin lost his job. It was not an unkindness on the part of his employers. Pain had made him absent a good deal of the time. Tact would not admit it, but Jim's appearance was also deteriorating rapidly.
Jim. It's time for me to go.
I didn't think it was that late. Well, got a big surprise for you. I finally found it. The missing family heirloom.
What heirloom?
The earring. The one you lost last week. Didn't have my nose in the carpet, I never would have spotted it. Good old Mother Nature. I guess she compensates for everything. Better be getting a move on, I guess. Help you with the luggage.
Jim, I can't leave you. I don't care what I said last night. I'm not that strong. Don't ask me to be something that I'm not.
Edie, we've been through this whole thing. We talked it over. We agreed. This is the best way.
Jim, all I want is to be with you.
And I want to be with you. But, Edie, it won't work. Not now. I can't let anyone else be hurt by this thing. Not anymore. This is one fight I've got to carry by myself. No one can do it for me.
Not even me?
Edie, we're in love now. Let's keep it that way. Let's end it that way.
All right, Jim. I'll go.
Edie, there's just one thing I want you to know. This isn't the end. I'm gonna beat this thing. I don't know how long it'll take, but I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna get well. I'm gonna stand up straight again. When I do, Edie, I'll be looking for you. If you'll still have me.
Bye, Jim. I love you. Jim, would you tell me something, please? Do you love me?
I love you more than anything else on earth. Bye, Edie.
Until 1945, there was little that could be done for people like Jim. The initial pain could be eased somewhat, the deformity remained. Shortly before the time of Jim's separation from his wife, a great physician, the late Dr. Smith Peterson of Boston, was already pioneering and describing a surgical technique that would correct such a deformity as Jim's. That technique and the conclusion of the case of Jim Martin comprise the second part of The Reach of a Giant, which follows next week.